Hey guys, it's the Airsoft Saint here. I don't have a new gun to review, but when I was playing with my CYMA AK47 Spestnaz, I got a jam. So after taking this apart many times because of jams, I figured, you know what, I might as well just throw this video out there so that if you guys have this gun and you get a jam, you'll know what to do. So first things first, you're going to want to open up the butt stock, take off this butt plate here, unplug the battery, and just go ahead and pull that bad boy out. Reason for doing that is so we don't set the gun off. Next thing you're going to want to do is pop this magazine out. Had a couple BBs in there, but check the chamber. Alright, so on this particular model, just like most AKs or AK related weaponry, this button right here, you push that in and pop this up. Now, some of you that don't have the CYMA, you may have a Tokyo Maru or whatever, you can actually put a large type battery in here, or a stick type battery in here, sorry, and you can actually rewire this stock to put that stick type up here. So the next thing is get a large or a medium-sized Phillips screwdriver, and there's 4 screws on the bottom of the gun, 2 in front of the magazine and 2 in the actual magazine well, and you're going to want to remove those. The reason for this is you're going to be able to take the front assembly out, which is basically the inner outer barrel and the hop-up unit itself. Screws are a little pain in the butt. Make sure you hold on to this real tight, otherwise it's just gonna like fly out. So the next thing you're going to want to do is up here on the slide on the, well, if you're right-handed, it would be on your left-hand side. There's a small screw that you're going to want to undo, but before you do that, there's a screw right here inside the slide, and it's for your hop-up adjustment. Take that little lever out, little hop-up switch, just so A, it's easy to take off, and B, so you can get everything out properly and not have any problems with it. It's a little difficult to put back in, but it saves you a lot of trouble taking off the upper black piece. And it's giving me some problems, so there we go. That's the screw for it. And the little button. There. So now that we got that off, again, there's this up here that you're going to want to take off. Before we do that though, take this metal piece for the slide receiver and pull that back. this. Pops right off. Now, see what I'll say about getting that wire up. This right here is the battery wire, and you can actually just pull this up, and there's a hole on this that you can poke through and put your battery in. So now that we have that, this front assembly just slides right out. Now, the next thing you really want to look for is on the sides there's little slits. That's what these bottom mounting screws go into. There's just little nuts in there, and those can fall out really easily. So if you're ever in here looking at stuff, you can probably just put a little bit of super glue on the side and pop it in there, and it should be fine. Next thing you want to do is take your jamming rod and just pop it down the barrel. My BB's towards the end of the barrel, so. And that's that. See, that's when my little things came out. Both of them came out. So, with this piece, of course, right here you have your gearbox and your trigger assembly. And right here you have a another piece to the gearbox. So, that's basically all what that is. And now I'm going to put it back together. In just like that. Now just make sure not to tighten these too much, or you may run the risk of stripping either the nut or the bolt. But if that does happen, it's pretty easy to replace these. So now we have that on. Let's go ahead and flip this over, and this piece goes on next. Oh, before we do that, if you did, there's a slot for the spring, which is for this. There's a hole that you should see. It's right here, right where my thumb is. It's on the outside facing you. That's where this slide piece goes onto. You just have to get that metal bar on the spring there, and you're okay. So get it just like that. Make sure it's as far forward as you can get it. Pop your screw in. Again, try not to strip this little thing. So now we have that all together. The next thing you're going to want to do is put that little slide in. So this can be really tricky. A lot of the times I find myself having to take that black piece off, take that slide off, so that I can get this hop-up adjustment out of the gun because it drops into it. So one thing that I really noticed is that it helps to just set it in there beforehand and then get the screwdriver in there, and try to get it as close to the hole for the hop up as possible. And once you get it in there, you don't have to tighten it really hard, just enough to where it's not coming out. So the next thing you're going to want to do is pull this back and put your release on the gun. This part can be a little annoying, but it's not something that's too hard, really. There's a little hole in the metal piece that you have to get into. And this goes back on, just pretty straightforward. Now, what you want to do is, you're going to get it on about halfway, and it's going to get stuck on the lip, so push it forward, and then push it down, and then it'll lock in place. So now that that's in, take your battery, pop it in, and just to make sure, get your wires in all the way. And this has a couple nubs on it. The lip needs to go up top, so it's gonna come down like that. Just pop that back up, and you're good to go. Just like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy.